Now we will start with the core services. First, we will have the compute. In that, we will talk about what is compute, instance basics, scaling, and OS management services. So this is kind of a cheat sheet. You will get everything in a one slide. So let's understand what exactly the compute is. Compute is something like where we are running our application or we are hosting our application. It can be anything like bare metal machine or virtual machine or inside the containers we are running our application. So these type of resources comes under compute. So we use compute to provision and manage compute instances. You can launch an Oracle bare metal compute resource in minutes. Provision instances such as needed to deploy and run our application, just as like we are doing in our on-premises data center. Let's understand what is instance basis. So for any kind of host or the resource where we want to run our application, there is some configuration of that one. Like for VM, we'll talk about the size, right? How many CPU and RAM it will have. But in Oracle Cloud, we will understand that CPU in terms of Oracle CPU and RAM. So these are the compute safes, okay, so that we are having. So we can have shapes in for the three types of resources like VM metal machine, virtual machine, and dedicated VM host. So here we can have our dedicated host. So on that particular host, whatever VM will be created, which will belongs to us only. So it is sometimes we need to use it for the compliance perspective, that we can't use the share model. As you know, all the cloud providers provide sharing model for running our resources. Let's understand what is scaling. Scaling can be anything, either horizontal or vertical. Let's understand first these two things. If we will talk about the horizontal scaling, like we are running our application on two hosts, we can add more resources if we see the more utilization is there, or we can remove these servers when there is decrement in the usage. So this is comes under horizontal scaling, like scale in or scale out. Similarly, we can have vertical scaling, like scale up or scale down. What that does that mean? Within a single machine, if we are increasing the resources, like this machine is running with 2 OCPU and 4 GB of RAM, okay, now we want that our application is getting hang or the performance is not good, we want to increase the resources of this particular VM. Now we want to increase it to 4 OCPU and 16 GB of RAM. That means we are scaling up this machine. So this kind of, and when we decrease the resources, it will come under scale down. So this type of scaling is known as vertical scaling. What is auto scaling? When these things happen, like horizontal scaling or horizontal scaling or vertical scaling, as per demand, no need to do it manually. It's based on case to case. When the utilization is increased, automatically the threshold touch, the resources should be added on. So this type of things will comes under auto scaling. Now we will understand the OS management service what we are having. So it helps us to automate patch management, simplified package management. Also it helps to discover common vulnerabilities and exposure of lookup. Right now only this is available for Linux distribution, about this common vulnerability and expose lookup, where we can be known as CVE, common vulnerabilities and expose lookup. It is available only for Linux distribution and but available for other resources as well.